Let's start out with how to compare different countries or a state. Usually, we take one or more important characteristic of a person and compare them just based on their character. Yes, for comparing the countries, their income is considered to be one of the most important attributes. So, countries with higher income are more developed than others with less income. So, how they are considering? The country which getting more income will be considering it's a developed country. The country with less income will be considering as a less developed country. Now, fourth point, the income of the country is the income of all the residents of the country. This gives us the total income of the country. For comparison between countries and total income is not such useful measure because we compare the average income, which is the countries divided by its total population. The average income is called a per capita income. So how we'll calculate average income is nothing but the average income, the average income of the country divided by the total population. It's called a average income. This average income is otherwise called a per capita income. In the World Development Report brought out by the World Bank, this country with per capita income of US dollar 12,056 per annum and above in 2017 are called rich country, and those with per capita income of US dollar 955 or less called low income country. India comes in the category of low middle income country because its per capita income in 2017 was just US dollar 1820 per annum. Yes, now let's move on to income and other criteria. Let us compare the per capita income of Haryana, Kerala and Bihar. Haryana has the highest per capita income and Bihar is at the bottom. So if per capita income were to be used as the measure of development, Haryana will be considered the most developed state of the three. Why? See, in table 1.3, per capita income of selected state per capita income of 2015 to 16. Haryana's per capita income 1,62,034, Kerala 1,40,190, Bihar 31,454. When we compare with all these three states, Haryana's per capita income is higher and Bihar per capita income is lower, is just 31,454. So by considering this, by looking this, we are considering that Haryana's per capita income is higher. So Haryana is a developed state, and when we compare with the Bihar. Move to the other one. Some comparative data on Haryana, Kerala and Bihar. State Haryana, infant mortality rate per 1000 live birth 2016, literacy rate percentage 2011, net attendance ratio per 100% secondary stage 14 to 15 years, that is from 2013 to 14. Haryana's infant mortality rate is 33, literacy rate 82 and net attendance ratio is 64. Kerala 10, literacy rate 94, net attendance ratio 83. Bihar, infant mortality rate is 38, literacy rate is 62, net attendance ratio is 43. What is meant by infant mortality rate? Infant is nothing but the infant, the small children, before completing their 1 year, they will be dying. We will be calling it as a infant mortality rate. So when we compare with all these three states, Bihar is in the least. Yes. See, for example, infant mortality rate is higher, literacy rate is lower and net attendance ratio is lower. Kerala, infant mortality rate is low, that is just 10, and literacy rate is 94% and even net attendance ratio is also higher, 83%. Yes, now next we'll just move with the other one. Let's move on to public facilities. Now, the average person in Haryana has more income than the average person in Kerala, but lags behind in this crucial area. The reason is that money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. Yes, of course, because income by itself is not a completely adequate indicator of material goods, yes, and services that citizens are able to use. Normally, your money cannot buy the pollution free environment or ensure that you get unadulterated medicines unless you can afford to shift to a community that already has all these things. Yes, at the last, money also not be able to protect you from the infections diseases unless the whole of your community can take preventive steps. So it's proved clearly that money alone cannot able to do anything. Yes, that's what I've just mentioned you people in this already. Even pollution free environment, unadulterated medicines, and like infections free diseases unless the whole community have takes the preventive steps. Now move on to the other one, human development. Development of an individual in such a way that he can able to earn and fulfill its materialistic desire. Just read with the table 1.6 some data regarding India and its neighboring for 2017. Sri Lanka gross national income 11,326, life expectancy at birth 2017, mean year of schooling of a people aged 25 and above 10.9, HDI ranks in the world 76, India 6,353 per capita. Yes, and life expectancy birth in 2017 68.8, mean year of schooling 6.4 and HDI 130. Myanmar gross national income is 5,567, life expectancy at birth 66.7, mean year of schooling 4.9 and HDI ranks in the world 148. Pakistan gross national income is 5,331, life expectancy at birth is 66.6, mean year of schooling is 5.2, HDI ranks in the world is 150. Nepal gross national income is 2,471, life expectancy at birth is 70.6, mean year of schooling is a 4.9 and HDI ranks in the world is 149. Bangladesh gross national income is 3,677 and life expectancy is 72.8, mean year of schooling is a 5.8 and HDI is 136. Isn't it very surprising that a small country in our neighborhood, Sri Lanka, is a much head of India in every respect of a big country like ours and such a low rank in the world? Yes, of course. When we compare with Sri Lanka and India, Sri Lanka gross national income is 11,326, but India's gross national income is just 6,353. And even life expectancy at birth 75.8, India 68.8. Mean year of schooling is it's 10.9, but in India is only 6.4. Even human development index in the world is 76 in Sri Lanka and India is 130. Yes, the table shows that even Nepal and the Bangladesh have low per capita income than that of India, yet there are better life expectancy. Yes, of course, Nepal and Bangladesh 70.6 and 72.8. Yes, and then many improvements have been suggested in calculating HDI and many new components have been added to the HDI report, but by fixing human to develop, it has made to it's very clear that what is important in development is what is happening to citizens of a country. It is people, their health, their well-being that is most important. Let's move on to the other one, sustainability development. Since the second half of the 20th century, the number of scientists have been warning that present type and levels of development are not sustainable. Yes. Resources are replenished by nature, as in this case of crops as well as plants. Yes. What is meaning of replenished? Again and again you can able to get it. But this case of groundwater, if we use more than what is being replenished by rain, then we would be overusing the resources. The consequences of environmental degradation do not respect national or a state boundaries. The issues is no longer region or a nation specific. Sustainability of development, comparatively a new area of knowledge in which scientists, economists, philosophers and other social scientists are working together. Yes, so that's what our chapter have completed, development chapter completed, students. A small recapping from the first class. I have just told you introduction, and second one I have just told you people about introduction of development. Second, income and other goals. Third, I have just told you about aspects of development, income and other goals, what is mean by national development, and how to compare a countries or a state. Income and other criteria, comparative of data which Haryana, Kerala and Bihar, public facilities, human development, and again with the table of 1.6, and last sustainability development. So we have completed our first chapter in economics development. Thank you, students.